Today, we're looking at the best items from MOA Show 2023.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Port City Podcast. Today, we're talking about the best items from MOA 2023. We've got quite a list here. We're very excited about this, so let's just get right into it.
Yeah, so the first item on our list is something from ITP Airsoft, and the only link I could find on this was a Facebook link to a post they made a little while back, promoting some items that they were going to be showing. There is some content on YouTube of people who were at the show able to kind of showcase these products, but there's two items here on our first item, and that is the full auto conversion kit for the Tokyo Marui Saiga 12. This is a Airsoft fan favorite. I see people talk about it all the time. We've seen, I think, one in person at the field at this point.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, there's someone that comes out with one of these.
And they've basically made this conversion kit that replaces the front end of the Saiga and adds this giant drum mag for the shells. And that's literally all that they say is that you get this conversion kit, it goes on, and now your Saiga is full auto.
They really do not give much detail. I think MOA is mostly just, they haven't actually released it yet. They're just kind of demoing a lot of stuff and just kind of putting it out there, getting people excited about it. I like this. I'm excited about that drum mag.
This is the second product that they are releasing, and it is a GHK classic AK drum mag that holds, what did they say? It's a mid-cap style. Holds 200 BBs. And the big selling point here for me is, one, that it's mid-cap style. So that's really good because you're not going to get the rattling around, and it's just going to, I don't know. Something about hearing the rattling feels like not as solid to me.
Yeah, you're not as confident, I feel like. Even sometimes I'll see guys running around the field with their like super nice DSG or like high RPM HPA builds with a drum mag, and it's just I'm like, it feels fragile.
Yeah, I mean, part of it too is you have to wind it up. I think the flash style where you just and you yank the cord, like that's nice, I guess. But one, you're rattling around, so people are going to hear you.
Yeah.
You can't sneak up very well. And two, I would rather not have to wind my mag.
Yeah, and the flash mag is also somewhat of a meme at this point, so you're gonna get got with the meme.
It's not ideal. The big thing here though is that for the 200 rounds, green gas drum mag will run the whole 200 rounds basically.
Yeah,
is what they said, that with one gas fill you can get through the entire mag full of BBs. So to me, that's really nice. That's really worth it. I think overall it's a decent, a decent option for people who aren't wanting to go the HPA route and have to get these custom third-party options. Now, obviously, this is a third party. It's not GHK who's releasing it, but it is directly compatible, and it looks like it belongs on the AK.
And your AK that you just got is GHK as well, right?
Yeah, I have a GHK AKM. Yes. And I am looking at getting an HPA setup for that with a drum mag. But this is kind of convincing me maybe I don't. I haven't decided. I think I'm going to wait and see how well it performs.
Yeah. Because, I mean, then you're still kind of stuck in the same of you have to buy the proprietary magazine, or not even proprietary, but you still have to buy the expensive gas magazine if you wanted to do that.
And I'm sure it's probably more than a standard GHK mag.
I'm sure.
I haven't seen pricing on this stuff. Like I said, the Facebook link is all that I found. We'll have all this stuff linked in the description for you guys. So if you find a link, make sure to comment it down below so that the other viewers can find out more about these products.
Yeah. Looks very exciting, very interesting.
I'm interested in it. Yeah. I think I think it is a good thing for airsoft. And I mean, the Saiga kit is a given. Like that is going to be, in my opinion, that's going to be huge. I know a lot of budget airsofters aren't necessarily going to be looking for that, but the ones someone who's going to drop the money on a Tokyo Marui Saiga 12 is going to be willing to upgrade it to full auto.
Speaking of gas blowback, this next one I was very excited about. It would appear that we are finally getting a very well functioning gas blowback Fa-Mas, or Fa-Mas. However, I've heard it pronounced multiple ways. I've always said Fa-Mas. That's what I'm going to keep saying until the day I die. But it's here and it's gas blowback. I think there are parts of it that are polymer, but it's definitely very well constructed. It's like because there are real steel blasters that are polymer, like the G36 polymer, but it's a very nice dense polymer.
The Scorpion as well, the CZ Scorpion is polymer.
I think that's kind of what we're getting into with these. Cybergun's making it. It's it's licensed by Cybergun. It's manufactured by Northeast. I have not heard much about Northeast, but it seems like it's really good. There's some videos that we found from MOA that showcase this, just kind of running through the operations of it and doing a little bit of like a dry fire. And it sounds good. It looks amazing. The action looks really solid. It charges with the charging handle in the handrail like you would expect it to. So it very exciting. Do we get the specifications on this? Oh, dude, you get a front sight with this.
Dude, there is this video here. It's really brief. I think it's just mostly highlighting
the front and rear
sight.
Yeah,
I don't really know what this is about. To be honest, the video looks good, but just like, okay, well, that is kind of nice.
Oh.
It does have like the proper carrying handle and
it's got the bipod on the side too.
What would that be? The charging handle, I guess?
Yeah, that's the charging handle.
The bipod is cool. I've not seen, I had like a Springer Fa-Mas when I was a wee lad.
And it didn't have
It didn't have the bipod.
Yeah,
no.
I've seen it with the bipod, like real versions of this with the bipod. And it's a vibe. I can't imagine it's ever used.
With this, especially with it being gas blowback, I don't know how much range you're going to get out of it more than any standard airsoft blaster. Like, I'm not really considering this to be a DMR. I mean, this would be a battle rifle, right? Would
More or less
classify as a battle rifle?
I mean, if you think about it, anytime anyone takes a real blaster and converts it into the Halo battle rifle, they use the Fa-Mas. So yeah.
I more so meant real, but yeah, Halo battle rifle.
But I think in real life, because this shoots 5.56, I don't think you can classify.
Does it shoot 5.56?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I don't know anything about the Fa-Mas, like real steel.
It is a comparable caliber to 5.56. So it's not a like 308 battle rifle. It's not anything big like that.
It is going to be huge in the Halo airsoft community.
Oh yeah. You're going to start seeing conversion kits for
this.
The battle rifle. Yeah.
Assuming
I would not be surprised if you see it for the
I mean, we haven't seen any firing tests from it, but other than dry fire, but it looks pretty solid. There's some specifications here about the construction.
So it's gas operated, steel internals as you would expect. Most realistic design. I thought that too was a Z, and I thought it said Gen Z hop up.
Oh,
and I was like, what does that even mean?
The new kids on the block.
Dude, that hop up is fire. Oh, sheesh. Dry fire system, so it'll let you. I think I saw that. Did I see that in the video for this? I've been watching so many gas blowback reviews and whatnot recently. I saw. There's a company, it may have been that G&G one, where the magazine has a switch on it that lets you activate a dry fire mode.
That's how my GHK mags are.
Yeah. So you can just kind of dry fire it.
I'm sure that this has that because...
It has a dry fire system is what it says
does?
there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, this would... Basically, the idea is that if you turn that off, when you're empty, it'll lock... Or not that it'll lock back because it's not an... Like my AK...
It's not going to lock back.
Yeah. AKs don't.
No, they don't.
AKs don't lock back.
So, like an M4 would.
Right. But depending on the model.
Yes.
It should operate as close to the real counterpart as possible. So with my AKM, if I turn that dry fire select off, run the mag. When it's empty, it'll just stop.
Yeah.
So when I put in the new one, I have to rack it.
Right.
So that's the idea. And I think if you're going to put the money in for a gas blowback, that's what you're doing it for.
Yeah.
You want to have to operate it.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what you're buying gas blowback for, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's other specifications here. That 6.03 inner barrel is kind of nice. Comes stock with a nice tight bore inner barrel. Everything else seems to be pretty standard. Again, this isn't like a crazy awesome build. It's more so just we haven't really gotten a good Fa-Mas, especially a gas blowback. And I'm excited about that. I just love these alternate platforms. So
I think that is the kind of theme this year. I've been seeing a lot of like, there's not a lot of new stuff coming out in the sense of like innovative. There is some stuff, obviously. We've seen some innovative products come out, and especially from the modding community. Like the more people who get into airsoft, the more you're going to see that. But from what it seems to me, it's more so like we're hitting width here, not depth. So airsoft is getting really like lots of unique.
But
like,
then the
platforms.
stuff that is coming out that a lot of the new stuff is using a lot of the nicer features that people like rotary style hop ups and tighter bore barrels and
Dean's connectors are becoming a thing stock. That's really nice.
So we're starting to see, I think to your point, we're starting to see not necessarily like innovation as much as a perfection, a honing of the craft.
Really the modding community is the innovative front, right? That's how it's always been. Think about back in the day, like before airsoft was huge on YouTube, and it was just like a handful of YouTubers in their
it was Novrich making sniper rifles in his garage.
Yes, exactly. Like that's the type of stuff. Go on and watch some guy with a terrible quality camera tell you how to like cut your cylinder apart and replace
this is how you do the full auto mod for your high kappa.
Yeah.
You got to shave down this pin right here.
Yep. So we're seeing where the industry is catching up to that modding community. What would this be? This would be the fourth item on the list. Yeah, because we did the Saiga, the fourth item on the list.
I'm excited about this too.
This is pretty cool, and it's kind of the same thing. It's not that it's anything
because I have
super new and innovative, but
I just don't have this.
I'll just get into it. The LCT LC3K, which is basically the short barrel version of the G3. You can see they've got I think it's just a skeletal stock. Yeah, it's
a retractable. What?
No, I don't.
No, give me. Where's the X? Where's the X?
Get me out of here. Basically, it's not a folding stock. It's that like MP5 style.
It's just that collapsible.
Yeah. Well, it goes in. You can see it slides in along the receiver.
Got a track.
Very similar to at least what I've seen on some of the MP5 models.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but that is like
that's like the MP5K kind of thing.
Well, the whole thing is, the whole idea here is like your G3 has that. Like they're manufactured to where you can put that little rivet. It has it, right?
Sure enough.
Yeah, like all the G3 and MP5, like
so where that
replace the stocks on
those two pins right at the back, hold in where that stock connects to the back of the blaster, and so I can remove that and replace it with that, and it'll just do that because I've got those grooves down the side.
And we've seen that from some people.
It's actually
like
so
at
sick.
Rev, we saw a guy who was running on a full length this stock.
Yeah.
But what's new is the barrel length. This is brand new from LCT. And at first, I wasn't entirely sure about this. I feel like kind of hearing you talk about the advantages of it was kind of like a selling point for me on like why we need this.
So, and this is the thing, right? Is everyone's argument, the majority of people's argument is going to be, dude, just get an M4, right? An M4 is going to do everything you need it to do, and you don't have to worry about mags and all that. No, Boring. Give me an alternative platform. Give me a G3 platform.
Yeah.
This thing for me, so long. Isaac made this comment. He called me out on it at Rev. And I'm going to talk about this. Isaac called me out on this. I've been scared of the G3. I don't run it as much because it is super long. It is way long for me. It's the longest platform that I own.
Close to the length of my DMR setup.
It's almost as tall as me. So
it's as tall as you sitting down.
Yeah, it is scary because I have to work a little bit harder to run it, but I enjoy it. I love shooting this thing. I love using it. It looks so good. It feels good in the hands. So something where, because this one that we're looking at here is a shorter barrel version of that. So
right.
The advantages are you get to use your alternative platform.
Yeah,
and it's not insanely long, but it's still longer than like an MP5 because that's your next option, right? What's the next H&K, blaster that's shorter than the G3? It's the MP5.
Yeah, and I think for a lot of people, airsoft is purely about airsoft and having fun. There is and we've done this some, and it can be used as like a training alternative and things like that. You've seen Grantham talk about that on YouTube. Mm-hmm. If that's what you're doing, great. You like gas blowback, M4, perfect. That's what you want. But for a lot of people, I will never own an RPK. It's just not possible. You know what I'm saying? The amount of money and the legal stuff you have to jump through, just not possible. So for me, I get to have fun playing with a kind of unique platform that I would never really get to use real steel. So,
and in that same vein, if I did buy a full auto RPK at any point in my life, I can't shoot that at another person.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying, dude? Yeah. Now I get to use it. Now I get to go
like, it shoot my friends and they get up, they go home
somewhere. Like I get to use it.
That really is how it is.
You know what I'm saying?
Honestly.
And that one is for the people who are like, oh, just plates and 22s, no headshots.
Yeah.
Get out. Get out.
Leave. All right, I'm going to go over some of these specs real quick. So, hey, what else would you expect from LCT other than a robust full steel construction for authentic look and feel?
This is basically real.
This is crazy. So, we were looking at the SVDs, which we're not super pumped about. I mean, it's not bad. It's just like it's just another SVD. But one of the SVDs that LCT announced at MOA was the specifications for the machine that creates the receiver is up to code with a real SVD production like machine. So LCT is insane. If you're looking for realism, their furniture, their construction, all of it, super solid.
That was the thing at Rev. I talked to the dude who was running his full-scale G3 with that retractable stock, and I was like, where are you finding parts? Where are you getting the parts for this? I can't find anything. He's like, dude, I had to get real.
Yeah,
I had to get real.
Has to be real.
Yeah.
So you've got the 2-position steel retractable stock for adaptability. Pretty standard stuff. Tunable aperture for the rear sight.
Dude, it's Canada compliant.
Authentic steel charging handle. It is not LiPo ready, so that's interesting. It comes in black.
Well, no, battery type 7.4.
Really?
7.4 LiPo.
It says LiPo ready. No, but then right here it says 7.4 LiPo. So I guess that just means maybe there's no MOSFET in it. That's interesting.
Could you put a fuse in line?
I don't know. I mean, you can do anything, right?
That's
but how
true,
much
right.
do you want to have to do to? Because I'm sure it's not cheap either.
Yeah.
Everything on here looks pretty standard. LCT isn't really well known for their internals. Again, they're not trash. That G3 and my RPK perform great out of the box.
Amazing.
There's just nothing super fancy about it. I feel like it's just a workhorse, it does what it does. It does it well. It's not trying to be the nicest, fanciest, most long range. It shoots in its range and it does that well.
Does LCT make M4s? They have to.
I don't know.
They have to.
I haven't really looked at their full catalog yet. Yeah, so you're looking at just around $500 here for one of these. Very promising, I feel like,
promising.
for LCT enjoyers or G3 enjoyers in general.
This last one was this one was really interesting to me, and I think I'm gonna be I don't know if I'm going to be looking into this or not because it's a integrated tracer unit for a Glock 19 or a Glock 17 or both. It's for both. Bifrost muzzle flame effect. So this does the smoke.
It doesn't do the smoke. So this has a lot going on here. And there's two versions. There's the standard and then there's like the premium. Basically what ACETECH has done, and you'll see it up on the screen. This is a crazy looking suppressor. It makes it look like a sci-fi, blaster, or cyberpunk or something.
Yeah.
But it basically, with the advanced version, the expensive one, it's got the tracer, the muzzle flame effect, and a light. It has a light built into it.
A light and laser?
Yeah. Light and, it says it right there, light and laser combo, and then the built-in chronograph. Now, the standard version, I don't think comes with the chrono built in or the light and laser. I think it's just the tracer and the muzzle flash. But basically, what that muzzle flash is it's just a light on the end of the barrel. I think you can kind of see it right here. And it just flashes orange. So if you're running gas, which most of your Glocks are going to be gas blowback, you'll get a little bit of that gas coming out of the end of the barrel. But it's not like those gel soft ones that actually release vapor. It doesn't produce any vapor itself, but it has a light to...
Didn't we see that for Airsoft too, though? We saw one of those.
It was people taking gel soft tracers and putting them on Airsoft. Yeah. Which, if it works, it works, right?
Yeah.
So I think this one, the thing that sold me the most on it is that it literally has everything you need included, and the mounting piece for it is compatible with the Navrich universal holster. So
yes,
it actually, if you put this on your Glock, you can run it with your Navrich universal holster,
which is kind of nuts.
For a lot of people, they may already own that.
Yeah.
Right. So it seems like
well, if you've got the SSP 18 or whatever his.
Well, it's not the standard holster that he sells for that high kappa. It's the one that
I know it's the
clicks in.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is if you have his Glock 18 Navrich's and you've already got that system, then you can just put this on that pistol.
So this is going to be big for Glock and Navrich enjoyers in general. For me personally, I'm not a big Glock person, mainly because I've never owned a real steel Glock.
You're
not a Glock sucker, dude.
Yeah.
But I don't foresee myself getting into it for any other reason than just I'm already invested in a different company.
I, unfortunately, do have to stick with Glock.
Yeah.
But that also is not because I want to.
So
I got given that, so... Which I'm not going to complain about a free Glock.
Dude.
I'm not going to complain
Great
about
gift.
it. Yeah.
So the Bifrost is a I guess an industry standard for tracers. That's what I hear most people use.
Oh, Bifrost specifically?
It's the Bifrost system.
Oh, they're allies. Nice.
Yeah. Well, that's because you can program. So the app that connects to your phone for the chronograph,
pick which color.
If I understand correctly, you can control it from your phone. If you can't, there's at least a way to program it from the device itself. But you can actually, with typical Bifrost systems, you can actually make it to where the BB changes color as it shoots because of that light on the front. The BB doesn't actually change color, but because of the way the light projects, for the first little stretch, it looks like... I think what it is that it changes color so fast that each BB maybe... I don't know how it works. I've just seen people...
each BB is a different color.
I've just seen people shooting rainbow out of their blaster.
That's kind of crazy.
So I don't know the science behind it, but...
It'd be kind of sick, actually. That's real life Call of Duty tracers. Like the little bullet effects.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it, but it's cool, I guess.
Yeah, if you're into that sort of thing.
So what do you think about the tracer? You think it's going to be... do you think let's say money wasn't a problem, right? Would you run it?
All right, this is my deal, right? I would not, and here's why. I am not... So my whole thing with alternative platforms, I don't really like running M4s. I don't really like running Glocks. I have a Glock because it was given to me.
Yeah.
I probably would have bought something else if I was buying a pistol.
Sure.
I want a Glock Airsoft replica because I want to train with it, similar to why you got your M&P.
Right.
So I am going to invest in an Airsoft Glock. I'm probably not going to buy this tracer unit because I don't have that on my real steel Glock. So
right. I think for me, if I had an Airsoft Glock, I would get it just for the look.
Yeah.
And do a Cyberpunk loadout for Rev one year.
That'd be sick.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, it looks sick.
It does.
It's fun. The tracer would be awesome. You show up to Rev with a laser.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I mean, and there might be a situation where I do get it and I run it for special occasions, or I run it like, you know, if I'm intentionally like, oh, I'm gonna run, you know, my kit the way that I have my real steel set up, then I wouldn't run it. But you know, if it was like, oh, we're doing TTT and all that, and like, oh, hold on.
Yeah. It's fun. You know, it's fun for airsoft. For training purposes, maybe not so much.
Yeah. So I think it is really cool. It seems like, especially thinking about like the Silencer Co. one that came out recently, it's that same style.
Yeah. But it's not an entire. It's not its own blaster. You can put this on something you already own. This
technology is really cool for pistols. I'm interested to see how it's going to be adapted for M4, and there's potential that it won't, right? Because if you think about like a flashlight laser combo, typically someone's going to buy a PEC 15 or they're going to buy a laser and a light or something like that and put it on the rail on the side.
Yeah.
And their tracer is going to be their tracer. So
I think the closest thing we have to what you're talking about here is the iTrace system.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
I think that's going to be the closest thing. Something that's integral. And, you know, Jet Desert Fox actually just released a video on tracer units, somewhat recently.
Mm-hmm.
And he talks a lot about the full circle we have of people trying to put tracers in the mag, trying to like put a black light in the mag to charge the BBs, and that failed. That flopped. King Arms did that. I found out this week that happened. I had never heard of this. And then kind of full circle back to the iTrace system where now it's in the hop up. So,
but the hop up makes a little bit more sense,
right? Because it's right before the BB leaves.
Either the hop up or the suppressor style.
The hop up with the iTrace charges off of the main battery, so you don't have to charge your tracer. It's just you put your battery in and it works.
Yeah. So that's and I feel like the iTrace is going to be something that's a little bit more affordable, more like entry level friendly. Because you can either buy one of their blasters with it pre-installed, or I'm sure you could buy it separately, and it maybe costs like $100, you know, $150, something like that. Yeah. And you put it in your existing blaster yourself, you know. And then
I'd do it for sure.
I think about like, you know, my G3. I'm gonna get a actual G3 style flash hider for this to make it look authentic. I wouldn't put a tracer unit on the end of this.
No, yeah.
But if I had a hop up, that was a tracer unit, I'd do that. Yeah. So
I think the same for snipers too.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting to see. I know a lot of snipers like the tracers go both ways, right?
Right.
So
if you're firing one BB though,
I mean, yeah, I think I would do it. I think I would.
Yeah.
Especially in the daytime where it's just a little bit more than a white BB.
Mm-hmm.
It just goes a little bit more.
You fire one BB and you wait 30 seconds.
Yeah.
You know, if that person stays in that spot and just stays looking around for the next shot that's coming at them, either you get them with that next shot or someone else shoots them in the head.
Yeah.
You know, they're not up for long. So.
Yeah, I think it'd be good.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean. Is there you got anything else you want to add to that?
No, I think that's everything. I think these products are really exciting. I think these products are going to be good for the airsoft community. Mm-hmm. I think people are going to have a lot of fun with these. I hope we see them. I hope people purchase them in our community. We get to see them out in the field.
I'd love to.
All this stuff is great. And I think if you're
that drum mag's getting bought regardless.
Yeah. If you're looking to get into airsoft, We know some of these items are kind of expensive, but there are plenty of budget options. We have videos like that on our channel. You can click through to see more. But as far as MOA Show 2023, I'd say this is definitely the top 5 products.
Yeah, as far as what we found, yeah, very, very good stuff. But thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully this was insightful and helpful. I didn't really know much about MOA before this, so I learned something. But be sure to check back here every Friday for more episodes of the Port City Podcast. We do this every Friday, so check us out on social media and our merch store. All of that is linked down in the description below. And also, if you enjoyed this, be sure to hit it with a like, a subscribe, a comment, and share it with a friend, someone who you think could benefit from either this video or the channel. But most importantly,
go play Airsoft. Let's get out of here, dude.
Let's get the heck out of here, dude. I do too. Group P?
Group P!
Group P!